Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ima English Daily, the podcast where we fix the small English mistakes that confuse so many learners every day. I'm Ima.
And I'm Jack. It's great to be here with you again. Ima, something funny happened to me yesterday, and honestly, I still feel a little embarrassed about it.
Oh no, Jack. What did you do this time?
I was talking to a friend about a movie, and I asked her, "Have you watched the film last night?" She looked at me for a second and then said, "Do you mean, did you watch the film last night?" And suddenly I thought, wait, why is mine wrong?
Softly. Jack, that is such a common mistake. So many English learners say exactly the same thing because did you and have you feel very similar at first.
Exactly. Both questions talk about the past, so my brain thought they worked the same way.
Yes, but the feeling of time is different, and that changes everything. Today, we're going to explain it in a very simple way with clear examples you can use in real conversations.
And before we start, if Ima English Daily helps you improve your English every day, don't forget to subscribe, like this episode, and share it with a friend who also gets confused by these grammar questions.
Okay, let's start with did you. We use did you for actions at a specific finished time in the past. The important word here is finished.
So if I say yesterday, last night, last week, or an hour ago, those times are finished, right?
Exactly. That's why we say, did you watch the film last night? Or did you eat breakfast this morning? The time is clear and finished, so we use did you.
So my sentence was wrong because I used have you with last night.
Yes. Have you does not work with specific finished times. So have you watched the film last? Sounds wrong to native speakers.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand now. If the sentence has a finished time like yesterday or last week, I should use did you.
Now let's talk about have you. This is the present perfect question form, and we use it when the exact time is not important.
So with have you, we care more about the experience, right? Like, did it happen at some point in your life?
Exactly. We often use words like ever, before, already, and yet with have you.
For example, have you ever watched that film? We don't ask when. We just want to know if the experience happened.
Perfect. Or have you eaten sushi before? Again, the time is unknown or not important.
And we can also say, have you finished your homework yet? Or have you already seen this episode?
Yes, those are great examples. But listen carefully to this one. Did you ever eat sushi? It sounds a little unnatural in everyday conversation.
So native speakers usually say, have you ever eaten sushi?
Exactly. Ever normally goes with have you, not did you. So here's the second big rule. If the time is unspecific, use have you.
Okay, Emma, I think I'm ready for another Marco story.
Of course. One day, Marco came to class and asked me, have you been to London last weekend?
Oh no, I can already hear the mistake.
Yes. The problem is last weekend. That is a specific finished time, so we cannot use have you.
So the correct sentence is, did you go to London last weekend?
Exactly. But if Marco wanted to ask about your life experience in general, then have you is correct.
Like, have you ever been to London?
Yes, and honestly, one small-time word can completely change the sentence.
Okay, now let's talk about answers, because I know learners get confused there too.
Very true. The question and answers should match. If someone asks, did you watch the film? You answer with past simple.
So I say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't.
Exactly. You don't answer, yes, I have, because the question used did.
And if someone asks, have you watched the film, then I answer, Yes, I have, or no, I haven't.
Perfect. The tense should always match. Did questions take did answers, and have questions take have answers.
That actually makes things much easier to remember.
It really does. Now, here comes the interesting part. Sometimes both forms are possible, but the meaning changes.
Oh, yes, this is where English gets really fun.
For example, did you read that book? And have you read that book? Both are correct, but they feel different.
Did you read that book? Sounds like you mean a specific time, maybe last week or during a class.
Exactly. But have you read that book? Asks about your general life experience.
So the first one is connected to a finished time, and the second one is connected to experience.
Perfect explanation, Jack. Here's another example. Did you meet him? And have you met him?
Did you meet him? Sounds like you mean at a certain event or moment.
Yes. Maybe at a party last night or at a meeting yesterday.
But have you met him means at any time in your life.
Exactly. Context changes everything. Once you understand the feeling behind the time, choosing the correct form becomes much easier.
And after today, I think I'll finally stop making this mistake.
Now let's look at some everyday situations where English learners often get confused with did you and have you.
Yes, because in real conversations, people have to choose quickly, and that's when mistakes happen.
Exactly. Okay, situation 1. Your friend just came back from a holiday and you want to ask about it.
You say, "Did you have a good time?"
Perfect. The holiday is finished. The time is clear. So we use did you.
So saying, "Have you had a good time?" sounds strange in this situation.
Right, because the trip is already over. Did you have a good time? Sounds natural and friendly.
Okay, situation 2. You want to recommend a restaurant and ask if your friend has been there before.
Then you say, have you ever been to that Italian restaurant?
Because we're talking about life experience, not a specific day.
Exactly. Ever usually goes with have you.
So, did you ever go to that Italian restaurant? Sounds less natural in normal conversation.
Yes, especially in everyday spoken English. Now, situation 3. You sent an important email to your colleague.
Ah, this one is interesting because both forms can work.
Exactly. You can say, did you read my email? Or have you read my email yet?
But the feeling changes a little.
Right. Did you read my email? Sounds like I'm thinking about a specific moment, maybe earlier today.
And have you read my email yet? Focuses more on completion. I just want to know if it has happened.
Perfect explanation, Jack. Same situation, different feeling.
English really loves these tiny differences.
It does. Now let's talk about something very important. British English and American English.
Oh yes, this can confuse learners a lot.
In British English, people often use have you more frequently.
For example, have you eaten sounds very British.
Exactly. But in American English, people often say, did you eat? In casual conversation.
So if learners watch American movies, they'll hear did you much more often.
Yes, especially in relaxed everyday speech. Another example is, did you hear the news? Which is very common in American English.
While British English often says, have you heard the news?
Exactly. Both are correct. They just sound more natural in different places.
And that's important to remember. Different English styles are still correct English.
Absolutely. Now let's finish with our favorite part, a natural conversation.
Okay, Monday morning at work. Two friends talking after the weekend.
Perfect. I'll start. Hey, Jack, how was your weekend?
It was great, actually. I went to the cinema.
Oh, nice. Did you enjoy the film?
Yes, I loved it. Have you seen it yet?
No, not yet. Have you ever been to that new cinemas on High Street?
No, I haven't. Did you go there last week?
Yes, I did. It's really nice.
Did you eat anything before the movie?
Yes, I had pizza. Have you tried the pizza place next to the cinema?
No, I haven't tried it yet. Did you like it?
Loved it. You should definitely go.
And just like that, we used both forms naturally again.
Did you for finished times and specific actions?
And have you for experiences and unfinished or unknown times.
Because once you truly feel the difference between did you and have you, it starts to become automatic.
Yes, you stop translating in your head and the sentences begin to sound natural.
Okay, before we finish, let's quickly fix some very common mistakes.
Mistake number 1. You cannot say, "Have you watched the film last night?"
Because last night is a finished time, so the correct sentence is, did you watch the film last night?
Perfect. Mistake number 2. Did you ever visit Paris? Sounds a little unnatural in normal conversation.
A more natural sentence is, have you ever visited Paris?
Because ever usually goes with have you.
Exactly. Mistake number 3. Did you finish your homework yet? Also sounds unnatural.
So we say, "Have you finished your homework yet?"
Perfect. And now mistake number 4. Listen carefully. Did you eat? Yes, I have.
Oh no, the question and answer do not match.
Exactly. The correct answer is, yes, I did.
Simple mistakes, but very important ones.
And honestly, this topic may seem small at first, but it's actually a huge part of everyday English.
Because every day we talk about experiences, past actions, plans, memories, and finished events.
Exactly. And now you know when to use did you and when to use have you.
Did you for specific finished times?
And have you for experiences or times that are not specific.
And once you understand that feeling, your English sounds more natural and confident.
And confidence changes everything in language learning.
Absolutely. Every conversation, every mistake, every new lesson helps you improve step by step.
So, if today's episode finally made did you and have you clear for you, please like this video and subscribe to EMA English Daily.
We upload new English lessons every single day.
And share this episode with a friend who still gets confused by these two questions.
Also, leave us a comment. Here's today's question. Have you ever visited another country?
Or, if you want, answer with did you and tell us about a specific trip.
We read every comment, and we really love hearing from you all.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Take care, keep practicing, and keep speaking English every day.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.